how do you feel about the whole female comics aren't funny? Or like, do you think that's like not true? Do you think it is true? Do you think these women are just like not trying, putting in the effort? Like, what's your stance?
I think if you're a person who says female comics aren't funny, like, I'm not going to say your opinion is wrong.
Mhm.
Like that's probably from a person who hasn't seen funny female comics. And unless you're like kind of a comedy nerd, if you're just a regular person living life, observing what the algorithm serves you, you're probably not going to be served up very many funny female comics because there's a fraction of females who are doing stand-up versus men. I don't know, what is it, like 20% or something of all comics are female? So I completely made that that statistic up, but it's like it's a fraction of the men that are just drawn to the field. And of that, you're going to be, the algorithm is going to serve you up somebody that's more like a Nikki Glaser versus someone that's like me.
Hannah Gatsby.
Someone who is a Hannah Gatsby. Yeah, someone who's more liberal, more Democrat, more not participating in wrong think, you know. So from that perspective, I can understand like that person has not come through. And it's like, are they trying to find funny female comics? Probably not. Someone who says that is probably not trying to seek out. They're just trying to be like edgy and like put women down or like.
Well, they gave him Amy Schumer, so that's all they think about.
And that's what most people's basis.
It's Netflix that's doing it. Netflix is making like female comics look bad. But you know who I found on Netflix who was like really good? Kathleen Madigan. She had me dying. I don't know if you're familiar with her stuff, but she was good. Yeah. So I was like, I found a couple. I'll be trying to put my husband on. I'm like, look. See, I found him.
Yeah, women are just as funny as men. It's just that like less funny women tend to pursue stand-up than funny dudes because like the stand-up life is like not attractive to women who want to get married, have a family, and like get things done in that area.
Yeah,
because a lot of women are not willing to like start stand-up in like their early 20s and literally sink 10 to 15 years into maybe something will happen. It's a huge gamble. So a lot of women just don't want to take that risk. So
I actually made a video on Are Women Funny, and I went into the data about it and my theories on it. Basically, women do certain kinds of humor better, and they actually just prosper in different areas. So, for example, if you notice, TikTok pretty much taken over by women, and a lot of them are funny.
Yeah,
it's just that women don't do as well in stand-up, in my opinion, as they do in other things, and they do better at things like self-deprecation humor. So it's just like you have to attune yourself to what you're good at as a female, and you tend to be better at certain things, because also it has to do with presentation, right? So for example, Eric Andre, right, he had a bit where he went outside and he handcuffed himself to something and he had his pants pulled down, his ass is out, right? People are walking by. It's so funny, right? But if a woman were to do that, that would absolutely not work. It wouldn't be funny. They'd be like, oh my God, can I help you? Are you okay? Like, it wouldn't be a funny bit. So you literally just can't get away with the same stuff men do because the context isn't the same. So it's not going to be received the same, and how they're viewing you and what they're expecting of you is different. So it's going to affect the shock factor too.
Yeah.
So
it can be funny in like in female ways, just like men are funnier in like more man ways, which is more like self-deprecation or like ribbing on their friends, roasting. Those are more technically male like comedy areas, I guess.
I like Miss Pat. I feel like she's fun.
Yeah, she is funny. So it's a journey. I don't know. I don't know what I'm talking about.
I feel like you do. That's probably the most comprehensive explanation I've ever had. What do you mean?
You're the expert. You're the expert.
I don't know.
If I was going to ask, are women funny? I would ask a female comic. Well, especially one who isn't afraid to push back against the left.
And a lot of women, like if I'm speaking in stereotypes, like a lot of people have a hilarious hairdresser, a hilarious fucking, I don't know, friend. And so it's like women can be very funny in a way that only women will get. Right. And so if a guy is looking on the outside of that, I don't understand why that's funny. Like they're just talking about a man not picking up his socks or something, or leaving towels on the floor. It's like, it's just, there's going to be certain like a Venn diagram of like funny shit that men wouldn't understand versus there's funny shit that women don't understand. So it depends on your audience and figuring out where your strengths lie and who finds you funny and how you can find those people.
And I think as a whole, women tend to be more politically correct than men. And so you can't, you really have a lower ceiling there with jokes potential if you're too scared of offending people. And so that's one thing I really think is great about you, Chrissie, is that you're not afraid to like go there with that dark humor, and I love it. And I think that also plays as into like the fact that you are a woman and you're not afraid to make offensive jokes like that aren't politically correct. Makes it even more rare, I guess, and it works.
Thanks, Melonie. I know I do suffer big time from like the agreeableness disease, but I am
me too
working on it. It's like in you. It's like you really are you're swimming upstream sometimes.
Yeah, well, I like my constant thought is I don't want to be punched in the face like by a woman. I don't know. So I get it. I still think like I don't know. I feel like your Sandy Hook jokes are funny. I don't care to explain why. I think because you have the audacity.
Yeah. Because it's not even a joke. Oh, it's a joke about you're joking about dead kids. Oh, the families are like, no, you fucking retard. It's a joke about strippers and InfoWars. That's it. Like you're the one reading into that. You're the families. I'm like, I didn't mention families, didn't mention kids. Literally, Sandy Hook sounds like a stripper name. It does.
It does. It really does.
Have to read into
sounds
every
like a male porn star.
Yeah,
that fucks on the beach a lot.
Sometimes it's just puns, sometimes it's simple thoughts, and it's like it's okay to not read into every fucking thing.
Well, you're gonna get fined $1 billion now, so
yeah. There were people like, "Oh, the parents' money." I'm like, I'm sure none of the parents follow me, and if they did, they probably would have chuckled.